If you've read any article about optimizing for AI search, you've seen the advice. Add schema markup, implement structured data. It's in every checklist, every guide, every 10 things to do for AI visibility post. And the advice isn't wrong, but it's incomplete because nobody tells you which AI platform schema actually makes a difference, and the answer might change how you spend your time. I touched on this briefly in video 2 of this series when I covered on-page optimizations. Now we're going to go deep because schema deserves a full breakdown. In this video, I'll cover what it does, what it doesn't do, which types matter for e-commerce, and where it fits in your priority list relative to everything else we've covered. If we haven't met already, I am the digital avatar of Steve, the founder of e-commerce agency Working Digital. While he is helping Shopify brands scale with AI, I am here to keep you up to date with the latest AI strategies for e-commerce. Steve reads every comment, so make sure to drop one below. Here's the short version. Schema markup is effective for Google AI mode and AI overviews. The data shows little to no measurable impact on ChatGPT, Perplexity, or Copilot. That's based on controlled experiments, not just theory. And it means schema is important because Google AI mode is a massive channel. But it's not the universal AI visibility tool that most people out to be, so let's get specific about what works and where. OtterlyAI ran a controlled test on structured schema markup across multiple AI search platforms over 3 months. They tracked whether adding schema to a site increased citations in AI-generated responses. The result for Google AI mode and AI overviews said it is effective. Sites with proper product, FAQ, and review schema saw measurable increases in citation rates within Google's AI features. The structured data gave Google's AI systems a clear, machine-readable map of what the site contained, and that translated into more appearances in AI-generated shopping results. The result for ChatGPT had no measurable impact. ChatGPT pulls product data through the Shopify catalog and evaluates brand information through its OAI search bot crawler. The crawler reads HTML content, but it doesn't appear to weight schema markup as a significant ranking signal. Your product feed completeness and content on your pages matter more for ChatGPT than the schema wrapping that content. The result for Perplexity was no measurable impact. Perplexity runs real-time web searches and evaluates content quality and source authority. Schema didn't move the needle at all. The result for Copilot were the same. No measurable impact from schema updates. So why does schema matter for Google but none of the other AI engines? Because Google built its AI features on top of the same structured data infrastructure that powers regular Google search. Google has been reading and rewarding schema markup for over a decade. Their AI systems inherited that capability. The other platforms built their shopping features differently and don't rely on schema the same way. This is important context. It determines how much time you should spend on schema. If Google AI mode is a big traffic source for your category, schema is high priority. If most of your AI traffic comes from ChatGPT, your time is better spent on product feed optimization and the Shopify knowledge base. For most Shopify stores, I'd put schema after product feed completeness and knowledge base setup in the priority order. Product schema tells Google's AI exactly what your product is, what it costs, whether it's available, and how customers rate it. When implemented correctly, it gives Google systems a structured data layer on top of your product page content. The key properties for e-commerce product schema are name, description, image, brand, SKU, GTIN, offers, including price, currency, availability, and seller, and aggregate rating. Every one of these should be populated for every product. The offers property is where most stores have gaps. You need to include the price as a specific number, the currency code, the availability status using schema, org enumerated values, in stock, out of stock, pre-order, and the URL of the product page. If you have variants with different prices, each variant should have its own offer within the product schema. One thing that trips up a lot of stores is availability status. If your schema says in stock, but the product is actually out of stock, Google systems flag that as a data quality issue. That inconsistency hurts your visibility across all of Google's AI features. Your schema availability has to match your actual inventory status in real time. The brand property matters more than most people realize. Google's AI uses brand as an entity signal. A product with a properly defined brand in its schema gets associated with everything else Google knows about that brand: your website, your Google business profile, your mentions across the web. Without the brand property, your product is a disconnected data point. With it, your product inherits your brand's authority. Shopify themes generate some product schema automatically, but the default output is often incomplete. Check what your theme generates before assuming you're covered. View the source of any product page. Search for application/LD plus JSON, and look at the product schema block. If it's missing GTIN, aggregate rating, or brand, you need to either edit your theme code or use an app that enhances your schema output. FAQ schema is the second most important schema type for AI commerce. When you mark up FAQ content on your product or collection pages, Google's AI systems can pull those question and answer pairs directly into AI overviews and AI mode results. The implementation is straightforward. Each FAQ section on your page gets wrapped in FAQ page schema containing individual question and answer pairs. The question and answer text in the schema should exactly match what appears on the page because Google checks for consistency between your visible content and your markup. For e-commerce, the FAQ questions that perform best in AI results are specific and purchase relevant. What is your return policy? Does this product ship internationally? What sizes does this come in? Is this machine washable? How long does delivery take? Each of these is a question a real shopper asks before buying. Make sure the answers are direct and self-contained. 2 to 3 sentences that fully answer the question without requiring context from the rest of the page. Google's AI extracts these answers as standalone snippets. If your answer starts with "as mentioned above" or requires reading a previous paragraph to make sense, it won't be used. Put FAQ schema on your product pages, collection pages, and policy pages. Product page FAQs should cover product-specific questions like materials, sizing, compatibility, and care. Collection page FAQs should cover category-level questions, things like shipping, returns, brand information. Policy pages should have their FAQ sections marked up separately. The combination of FAQ schema with the FAQ content optimization from video 2 in this series creates a strong signal for Google's AI. The content gives Google the answer. The schema gives Google the structure to extract them efficiently. Review schema is the trust layer. When Google's AI recommends a product, it often cites the rating and review count. Rated 4.8 out of 5 based on 342 reviews. That citation only happens if the data is in your schema. Aggregate rating schema includes your average rating value, the total review count, and the rating scale. This should be on every product page that has reviews. Most Shopify review apps, Judge.me, Stamped, Looks, generate this schema automatically, but you should verify it. View your page source and check the aggregate rating block. Confirm the rating value and review count match what's displayed on your page. Individual review schema is less critical but still valuable for Google. It includes the reviewer's name, the rating they gave, the review text, and the date. If your review app generates individual review schema, great. If it doesn't, focus on getting aggregate rating right first. One important guideline. Google requires that reviews marked up with schema be visible on the page. You can't have schema claiming 200 reviews if those reviews are loaded through JavaScript and invisible on the page. The review content has to be present in the server-rendered HTML for the schema to be considered valid. This connects back to the JavaScript rendering issue I covered in video 3. If your review app loads reviews entirely through client-side JavaScript, the schema might reference content that Google's crawler can't verify. If you're using a review app, check these 2 things. Does it generate aggregate rating schema? And does it render at least some reviews in the initial HTML before JavaScript runs? If both answers are yes, you're covered. If not, look at alternative apps, or ask your developer to implement server-side rendering for the review content. Organization schema tells Google's AI who you are as a business. Your company name, logo, website URL, social media profiles, contact information, and founding date. This schema should appear on every page of your site, typically injected through your theme file. The value of organization schema for AI commerce is entity clarity. When Google's AI encounters your brand name across multiple sources, your website, your Google business profile, review platforms, social media, organization schema helps it connect all of those signals into a single entity. A brand with strong entity clarity gets recommended more confidently because the AI understands who you are, not just what you sell. Include your same as property with links to your social profiles, your Google business listing, and any Wikipedia or Wikidata entries if they exist. Each same as link strengthens the connection between your website and your broader online presence. BreadcrumbList schema shows Google's AI the structure of your site: home collections, outdoor furniture, teak, dining, tables. This hierarchical structure helps AI understand product relationships and category context. When a shopper asks about outdoor dining furniture, Google's AI can trace the breadcrumb path to understand that your teak dining table belongs in that category, even if the query doesn't match your product title exactly. Most Shopify themes generate breadcrumb list schema by default, but you should check it. The breadcrumb labels should be descriptive, not just home, products, product name. They should include the collection or category name for context. If you're comfortable editing Shopify theme code, you can add schema directly to your theme's liquid templates. The schema goes in a script tag with type application/LD plus JSON and JSON-LD format. There are detailed implementation guides on schema.org and in Shopify's developer documentation. If you're not comfortable with code, there are Shopify apps that handle schema implementation. Smart SEO, JSON-LD for SEO, and Schema Plus are the most commonly used. These apps generate product, FAQ, review, organization, and BreadcrumbList schema automatically based on your product data. The advantage of an app: automatic generation and maintenance. When you update a product price or availability, the schema updates automatically. The disadvantage: you're dependent on the app to generate correct and complete schema. Some apps generate incomplete output or misfields that matter for AI commerce. My recommendation is to use an app for the base layer, then manually verify the output. Install the app, check 5 to 10 product pages by viewing source and reviewing the schema blocks, and confirm everything is complete and accurate. If the app misses fields like GTN or brand, you may need a developer to supplement the app's output with custom schema in your theme. Whichever approach you choose, the implementation should cover product schema on every product page, FAQ schema on pages with FAQ content, aggregate rating on pages with reviews, organization schema site-wide, and breadcrumb list on every page. After implementing schema, validate it. Google provides 2 free tools for this. The Rich Results Test shows whether your schema qualifies for enhanced search features. The Schema Markup Validator checks your schema syntax and completeness. Run both tools on a sample of your pages. At minimum, test 1 product page, 1 collection page, your home page, and 1 policy page. Fix any errors before moving on. The most common mistakes I see in Shopify schema audits are missing GTN, or SKU in product schema, availability status that doesn't match actual inventory, aggregate rating referencing reviews that aren't visible in the HTML, FAQ schema where the question text doesn't match the visible page content, and organization schema with broken same as links to social profiles. Each of these triggers a data quality flag with Google, and accumulated flags reduce your schema's effectiveness because Google systems trust the markup less when they find inconsistencies. One more thing worth mentioning: LLMs.txt files. OtterlyAI tested these over 2 months and found 0 measurable impact on AI traffic or citations. I know LLMs.txt haven't used. TXT gets recommended in a lot of AI optimization guides. The experiment data says otherwise. Spend that time on product and FAQ schema instead. If you've been following this series in order, you've already done the highest impact work. Product feed optimization in video 5, knowledge base setup in video 6. Those 2 affect every AI platform. Schema adds a layer specifically for Google AI mode. The priority order for a Shopify store that hasn't started any AI optimization is to set up your product feed first, knowledge base second, schema third. If you've already done the first 2, schema is your next move. If you haven't, go back and do those first because they affect ChatGPT, Perplexity, Copilot, and Google. Schema only moves the needle on Google. Once your schema is implemented and validated, the maintenance is minimal. Your Shopify app handles updates automatically as you change product data. Check validation quarterly to make sure nothing has broken, and keep your FAQ content fresh. Adding new questions from shoppers means new FAQ schema opportunities. If you want to know where your store's schema stands right now, I'll audit it for free. There's a link in the description. In the next video, I'll cover how to build review authority across platforms, which is the trust signal that affects AI recommendations on every platform, not just Google.